Why do you say this like it's a bad thing? Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signore, and I'm just getting so sick of the Chris Pratt hate. It's time to leave Chris Pratt alone. Look, I can't force you to like the guy or make you watch his movies, but I can stop the rumors. Chris Pratt is out there getting so much hate on Twitter and other areas online because people just decided to judge and make assumptions about the man that are completely unfounded. And even the critics are starting to pile in on this. And I got to credit Yellow Flash Guy for pointing the story out. And I'm just sort of flabbergasted by this issue, by this review on Polygon, how they write the whole fact of like, Chris Pratt is a jerk, basically, is what they're alluding to, because of things he said in the past. Here's what it was. Bemoan the state of cinema about white men. I don't see personal stories that necessarily resonate with me because they're not my stories. The voice of the average blue-collar American isn't necessarily represented in Hollywood, he said. Now, what a willfully ignorant statement back then and still now. First of all, you're the one who added color, Polygon writer. Who am I speaking to? Roxana. You're the one who made it about color. He's talking about him in general, blue-collar American. There could be a lot of people of color in blue-collar America. It's possible. There's a lot of diversity in this film, even the Tomorrow War. But you made it about color. And what instead of like sort of trying to prove him wrong, to say, well, here's all the movies about blue-collar Americans, you just pile on and explain why the choice of him to want to make movies about blue-collar Americans is ignorant and bad. And then proceeds to just pile on and crap on this movie for clearly political reasons because you just don't like Chris Pratt and his beliefs of wanting to stand up for middle-class America. God forbid someone have an opinion like that. Whether we agree or not, let's pile on and tell him that this guy's ignorant and wrong. It's so frustrating. And it's all over the internet. Now, look, I know this is just Twitter. We should ignore them. It seems like Chris Pratt does too. But I wanted to put something out there in response to all this online hate. The only hate that Chris Pratt has been a part of is these morons who come out and just dog on him for no reason. I mean, respect to Chris Pratt for having the corniest Instagram presence of all time. Just nothing but cop troop sent me this. Macaroni art of the flag and a meffin sobbing. God is good. Never forget the Alamo. Oh, great, Soul Nate. I'm glad your Twitter feed is so fantastic. And look at this. So many people just liking and sharing this narrative of Chris Pratt being oh my God, how dare he be religious and be a Christian? What a scumbag. It's just, it's so frustrating to see it. It must be frustrating for him. And then you add to all that, I won't be watching the Tomorrow War because he's a Trump supporter. He can't patronize the work of someone who still believes that this direction the country should be taking. There's so many of these. If you support MAGA and Trump, you'll support Pratt. Won't be supporting any franchise they continue to give this frankly overused actor who plays himself in every role. All right, look, this is where first thing we can do very quickly to get to the facts of the matter. Chris Pratt has never endorsed any candidate, to be fair, especially not Donald Trump. In fact, CNN reported he actually donated to Obama. So that might actually upset some Republican fans who keep trying to take Chris Pratt as sort of one of their people. But no, Chris Pratt has made it clear that he doesn't want to get political. He has trouble with politics. All this came about because a bunch of Avengers showed up to a Joe Biden fundraiser, and Chris Pratt's name wasn't on the list. So everyone was like, how dare he not be there? Oh my gosh, what an awful person. But he doesn't talk politics. He just doesn't get into it. He said, a CNN report said he did donate money to Barack Obama's campaign back in 2012. However, he has on record said he doesn't support either side of the Democratic-Republican divide. I don't feel represented by either side, he told Men's Fitness in 2017. I really feel like there's common ground out there that's missed because we focus on the things that separate us. I mean, God, it's so nice to have someone so big, a big enough star, finally say what I've been trying to say, to echo the center view of like, look, the extreme left, the extreme right, they're dividing us all. It's on both sides. And people on either side, and I think the extreme liberals refuse to see that they're being extreme liberals, the left side rather. And they just don't even understand how crazy it all seems. I understand how people can only believe what one side believes. There's too many issues in the world. And so good on Chris Pratt for coming out there and saying, yeah, there is a lot of other common ground, but we can't ever get there because we have to focus on what separates us and left versus right, and et cetera, et cetera. Now, that's it. That's what he's talked politics. Now, where a lot of this comes from is because of this controversy with Ellen Page, who accused Pratt's church of being anti-alphabet. I got to be careful of what I say here. This is where Elliot Page said that. Now, he responded. He said, absolutely untrue. He said, per the BBC, it has recently been suggested I belong to a church which hates a certain group of people and is infamously anti-alphabet. I got to be careful because of YouTube keywords. Nothing could be further from the truth. I go to a church that opens their doors to absolutely everyone. And that was one. And now this was also supported by his own Avengers castmates, the same ones who were, frustratingly saying, who were on the list and he wasn't. Just finding out, this is from James Gunn, about this nonsense. Pratt is the best dude in the world. I spent hours in sharing my deepest truth with this man. He has too. Please stop assuming what he believes politically or any other way because he's a Christian. And then even someone asked, do you ever explicitly state he supports Trump? No. So why are people assuming this and tweeting this? No clue. It's weird. Yeah, but he goes to that church that's openly, homophobic. So do 98% of Christians, all Catholics, most Muslims, and some Jews. I was a Catholic for years, hoping I could have a bigger impact working for gay rights from the inside. I eventually gave up, but it was a valid choice, and I applaud other non-bigots who do the same. Chris himself has openly stated the church he attends doesn't reflect all of his personal views, and that he's a man who believes that everyone is entitled to love who they want. It's never enough for these people. These people are just going to hate him no matter what is said, and they're it. So now another one. Boom, it's out. And so another one was that he wore a shirt that said "Don't tread on me," with the rattlesnake on a flag. I don't know the history of it. I guess I should. Everyone should to an extent. But he wore a shirt, clearly an American-thinking shirt, like don't tread on the flag, which I'm sure he believes. He's definitely like a patriotic Christian guy, which a lot of people just assume that means he's Trump and Republican, conservative, and a lot of other negative things, and then immediately a lot of negative things, which is completely unfair and completely why we're in so much trouble. But, so this is what that believes, etc. But he's also married to Katherine Schwarzenegger, who's a daughter of ex-GOP Californian and was a Republican candidate, Arnold Schwarzenegger. But Schwarzenegger Pratt has come forward in supporting Biden in the upcoming election. She's criticized the president for downplaying the pandemic. But it's unclear if Pratt shares those views. Pratt also appeared to make light of other people, posts urging to vote on election day instead of addressing the election. He posted voting, hey, vote for Onward to win People's Choice Awards. Look, maybe that was just ill-advised on the timing. Well, they say it's so much more important than ever. Just vote. Just ask any celebrity. They will tell you every day, several times a day to vote. But it's true. Every celebrity tells you to vote. But they're telling you to vote for their candidate without actually saying it. And then if you don't vote for their candidate, then they don't want you to vote, is really what they really believe. It's the hypocrisy of all the celebrities that are out there saying, it's so important for you to vote, are more often than not the left side people making sure that you go vote because historically they don't go out and vote as much, is what they're trying to do. So there's always bias to everything. So at the end of the day, here's a fact check. This is Newsweek. Take it as you will. But I've done other research. This is the best thing that sort of summed everything else up out there. We cannot verify if Pratt is a Trump supporter because he hasn't confirmed either way himself. And God forbid, what if he was? Who cares? This is ridiculous. Why is someone who just maybe voted because there were more political issues that they aligned with, doesn't mean they support everything that candidate believes in. It's impossible to believe and support everything a candidate believes in. This is ridiculous. And if you don't want to take it from me, well then take it from Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr. dropped this amazing Instagram post. And I think I shared this before. I'm going to share it one more time. What a world. The sinless are casting stones at my brother, Chris Pratt, a real Christian who lives by the principle. By principle. He's never demonstrated anything but positivity and gratitude, and he just married into a family that makes space for civil discourse and just plain facts. Insists on his service at the highest value. If you take issue with Chris, I've got a novel idea. Delete your social media accounts. Sit with your own defects of character. Work on them. Then celebrate your humanness. Pratt, I got your back. Beautiful words from, sorry, they weren't on screen while I was talking. Beautiful words from Robert Downey Jr., who is just spot on. Why do we just cast so many sin? We just are sinless. And everyone on social media, once they get a little account and they can get some attention, they get a few likes on what they put out in the world, they suddenly feel like they're better than everybody else. Their opinions matter more. And it's what's destroying us as a society. Twitter, social media, this instant reaction generation, it's scary. And don't take just Robert Downey Jr.'s word for it. How about Mark Ruffalo, who's a very big liberal? You all are Pratt is as solid as man as there is. I know him personally. Instead of casting aspirations, look at how he lives his life. He is just not overly political as a rule. This is a distraction. Let's keep our eyes on the prize, friends. We are so close right now. This is all during the election period, etc. But right there, again, these are people on the extreme left coming out to defend this man. Now, does that mean he's more Democratic or whatever than maybe he wants to imply? Why is this any of our business? Why do we need to know it? The fact that we have a celebrity like Chris Pratt who refuses to throw his politics in our face, I say, bravo, sir. That is so rare. He decides to be, he's a Christian and he decides to share that with the world to make, other Christians feel comfortable and have someone to talk to know is following his lead. And I admire that. I'm not Christian, but I'm not going to condemn him for being Christian. Who can do that? Who in their right mind is out there saying, oh yeah, I can't support him because he's religious? Oh, you are the problem. You are the problem that you need everyone to live by your standards and they can't live at their own. This man's not hateful. The only hate out there are the people constantly coming at him, judging him, being unfair, and spreading lies about him. It's awful. And so, look, he's a multi-millionaire celebrity starring in huge franchises. He's doing just fine, I'm sure. But there's so much hate out there, I wanted to show some support. I also want to show some support to the Tomorrow War because, look, I don't get a lot of this swag anymore, and I'm starting to because of you guys who are watching and supporting. So I got to thank Amazon, the folks out there doing the marketing. They sent Popcorn Planet this amazing swag bag for the Tomorrow War. And look, you can see my review in the Tomorrow War. I'm not changing my review because they sent me free stuff. I wasn't a fan of the time travel aspects of it, but I did like the cast and I like the director. And it's free on Amazon Prime, so give it a shot. You guys might like it more than I did. But you can see my full review on Movie World. I'll put it at the end of this video. But I gotta say thank you to Amazon because you gotta support. I want you guys to support it now, just because they're supporting me. Just like Chris Pratt out there, like we gotta be mindful of people who are like not afraid to say, yeah, I'm gonna support Popcorn Planet, send you guys swag. So look at this. This is awesome. It's a survival kit. This thing is really cool. I opened it all with my son on my Instagram. If you aren't following me on Instagram, go follow me over there at Andy Signore. But hold on, how do I change this? This was my favorite thing. There. Oh, it's like a fire lamp. The Tomorrow War fire lamp. So cool. Lights me all nice. This was such a cool gift. There were so many cool things in here. A flask, glow sticks, etc. You can see me unbox the whole thing with my son. We had a lot of fun watching our reaction. But thank you so much, Amazon and the marketing team over there doing this, Allied, etc. I appreciate you guys. Tomorrow War is out in theaters, so I want to promote it for them, since they, or at least tell you it's out there, since they're nice enough to support me and this channel. I thank you. You guys, you probably have Amazon Prime. You don't even realize it. Yeah, you can go watch it for free this holiday weekend. I think you'll enjoy it for free. I can say that confidently. I hope. So check it out, and let's get Chris Pratt's back. It doesn't mean we have to agree with everything he puts out there. I don't know what he does. I don't care. It's none of my damn business. But I think the man is very positive. We're hating on a man who takes the time to go to children's hospitals. And when remember that when Chris Evans, he made that bet? He not only showed up to Chris Evans' hospital in Boston, he's a Seattle Seahawks fan, when the Seahawks lost, he showed up and to that hospital. I think Chris Evans did eventually go over to his in Seattle too, of course, but put the jersey on and everything. But this is the man that you're hating on. This guy is a good person. He's a good dude. He wants to be funny. He wants to be lovable. He wants to support and be positive. Let's support more people like that, not condemn them. Ugh, this world is insane. If you want to have more content like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the bell for all alerts, smash that like button, and leave your comments down below to help the engagement to get this video out there and to support this channel. I appreciate all you guys. Stay tuned for more content here on Popcorn Planet.